right, and welcome into Hometown today on 95.3 WBEV. Charlie Durnan with you this morning. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving. Early Thanksgiving to everyone listening at home. Hometown today is presented by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam. This Saturday is Small Business Saturday. Shop Small is the theme, and the team over at McKinstry's are there to help celebrate the national event with their Small Business Saturday sale. Go to McKinstry's Home Furnishings and you'll see that they have lots of fun things planned for you. Enjoy a bag of popcorn while you browse their 6 floors of quality furniture and accessories, which are on sale just in time for Christmas. Then pick a Small Business Saturday coupon from their treasure chest and see how much you can save. Save up to 50% this Saturday, November 30th. Discover McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam and join in the fun of Small Business Saturday. They have lots of merchandise that they can deliver before Christmas. McKinstry's Home Furnishings celebrating 166 years in downtown Beaver Dam. Hometown Today is also presented by Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more. They have their holiday hosting sale going on now. Visit Randy and the team today to give your home the gift it deserves, an upgrade for all of your holiday hosting. Impressive selection of in-stock carpet and LVP flooring. Both are on sale. Professional Floor Covering located at 713 Park Avenue in Beaver Dam or online at proflr.com. We have a busy show today. This first hour we'll be talking with the Dodge County Center for the Arts. Craig Kasten will be here alongside Isabel Lehner and Sadie Lidke. And then in the second hour we'll be talking with the Columbus Rec Department about all that they have going on in the coming months. And what they've had going on in the past as we catch up with them. And then the last half hour, we have the Beaver Dam High School Agribusiness Open House with Jonathan Gansky. So I'm looking forward to learning all about that because I'll be honest, everyone, I don't know a whole lot about agribusiness, really nothing at all. So always a learning moment for me here on Hometown Today. Excited to dive into everything. And next we'll be talking with the Dodge County Center for the Arts here on Hometown Today, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. And he was talking about how they have like open things with artists every now and then, maybe monthly or so, where they just kind of talk about all the future exhibits and stuff that's coming up with it. But you did bring in some art, and so for those that are on the Daily Dodge TV stream, you can kind of hold it up, I guess. What do you got there?
So this is a little cabin that is at night with snow. This is completely from my imagination. I had no reference photos. I used my 8th grade art class technique with perspective on this, so this was just a fun little thing for this. I usually don't use acrylics, so this was like my first time in over a year using acrylics, so it was really fun to get back into them.
Yes.
I was playing with brush stroke techniques.
And for those that are listening on the radio, we're looking at a log cabin. We got trees in the background, beautiful moon with the night sky and some stars, and then a nice sidewalk, which I've never understood how to do any sort of, well, perspective, like you said, where, you know, it's getting smaller as it's going further on. But when you're using acrylic, so I guess explain your brushing and how you got this to go, because there's some really small details here that I don't know how you'd be able to do with just a brush.
So I first penciled everything. So for perspective, you'd usually put a dot, and there's another dot way out here, but that's covered by the matting. And then you kind of use a ruler to use your guides lines for that. And then there's different sizes of brushes. So if you use a detail brush, you can kind of get all these little things. And then I used a fan brush to get the little snow details on there.
So it takes a lot of patience,
Yes.
right? Because for those that have been to our Pack Attack parties, I make the Pack Attack squares, and it doesn't take much, but it takes a lot of like very precise measuring of lines. And I'm not even patient enough to get that whole thing done, and just setting up 100 square grid, let alone brushing individual blades of grass, pretty much. I guess maybe you kind of find that like meditation
it's peaceful.
idea of it.
Yeah.
It's peaceful, so you enjoy it that way. And then what's the other piece? Or did you name that one, by the way?
I believe I did. I just forgot the name of it.
Okay, all right, that's all right.
So, and then my other two, I have two of them, but here's my cardinal one.
Oh, nice.
This one I used a thicker acrylic paint to give it texture on the branches so it does stick out.
Oh, yeah.
And then this one I had a lot of fun with the brush strokes with the little birds. I did really thick brush strokes, and then the background is I just blobbed a whole bunch of paint, and it turned out with a really cool night snowy effect.
Yeah, and they really look like ruffled feathers on each of the birds. It looks really real. And these are cardinals, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So what's it? It's like good luck, or it's like a loved one that's watching over you when you see a cardinal? It's something like that?
I am not sure.
Okay.
My grandma just really loves cardinals.
Okay. All right. I think I might have heard that. Maybe my mom made that up when I was young. Okay. That one's awesome. And then how did you get the branch details?
So that is with a thick white paint. I first went over that, and then I used watercolor over the thick white paint.
Okay, I see. Got it. All right. Awesome. And then what's the third piece that you brought in?
Third piece is my favorite. It's an angel.
Wow.
Yeah. This one surprisingly didn't take me the longest. It was the log cabin that took me the longest. This one I really had fun with the brush strokes again with the wings. I'm usually really detailed, but I wanted something a little bit more abstract for the wings. So
yeah, almost like raven wings with the purple color. How did you go about picking the colors of this one?
I wanted to stay away from black, and I wanted to do something monotone. All of these pieces use the same color palette, so they all have the purple, the navy, and this one actually adds white. The other one has like an off-white for them. So that was, and I kind of just wanted to use up the paint because I poured a lot of it. So that's why this one is with these colors.
Yeah, and where is he? Is he in heaven?
Yeah, like the golden arches.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, definitely. And then I like how the halo almost well, it's the light from the back, but it's
Yeah.
also forming a halo behind his head.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And then the details on his muscling.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Wow. Well, so this art and more will be at the Holiday Art Market that's going on at the Dodge County Center for the Arts, and that'll be happening in the coming months. When it comes to getting participation in that, did you just reach out? Did you just walk in one day and ask, or how did that happen?
So I joined the DCCA from their peony art competition about 2 years ago, and ever since then I kind of just stopped by, and Amy usually asked me if I wanted to join the whatever market they had. So
Sure.
that's kind of how I got into it.
So it's pretty easy then.
Yeah.
There's not like the tough entry, or you don't have to prove it. You don't have to audition or anything. You just have to submit art. So that's pretty great. And you can, well, I know you can make art there, but did you make all those there, or did you make those at home?
At my house,
Okay,
yeah.
got it. All right. Well, I know that they can also make art at the Dodge County Center for the Arts, as they have watercolors and different things always going on there. We'll take a quick break here on Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, and when we're back, we'll continue our conversation with members of the Dodge County Center for the Arts here on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Some of the best high school.
and welcome to Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV. Hometown Today is presented by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam. This Saturday is Small Business Saturday. Shop Small is the theme, and they are here to celebrate the national event with their Small Business Saturday sale. Go to McKinstry's Home Furnishings, and you will see that they have lots of fun things planned for you. Enjoy a bag of popcorn while you browse their 6 floors of quality furniture and accessories, which are on sale just in time for Christmas. Then pick up a Small Business Saturday coupon from their treasure chest and see how much more you can save. Save up to 50% this Saturday, November 30th. Discover McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam and join in the fun of Small Business Saturday. They have lots of merchandise they can deliver before Christmas. McKinstry's Home Furnishings celebrating 166 years in downtown Beaver Dam. Hometown Today is also presented by Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more. They have their holiday hosting sale going on now. Visit Randy and the team over at 713 Park Avenue in Beaver Dam or online at proflr.com. I'm joined this morning by Craig Caston and Isabel Lehner over at the Dodge County Center for the Arts. Good morning, Craig. Welcome in.
Good morning. Good morning. The holidays are messing up with my schedule.
Yeah, the holidays, best time of the year and least stressful. That's what they say, right,
Yep.
Craig?
Yeah, but I could have just not come. Isabel was doing a fantastic job. I was listening to her on the way in, so
Yeah, that's
I wouldn't
right.
have to change anything.
Well, and we were talking about the holiday art market that's going on now at the Dodge County Center for the Arts. So it started on the 16th and it's going through December 31st. Isabel said she's done it for a few years, so it's been around for a little while?
Yeah, the holiday art market is actually how the Dodge County Center for the Arts kind of got started. Back in the 1960s, the group of people got together and decided they were going to build this thing to do, just to show art, and it was basically shown in like banks and the mall when the mall was around, which it wasn't around the 60s, but as it became there, they did all these things, and then they became a tradition to have a big holiday. They call it the Holiday Gift Gallery, I think, and Amy wanted to change it to Holiday Art Market, so we changed it to Holiday Art Market, and it's been that way ever since. It's always been a big thing, and this year's the biggest year because we've had some fantastic volunteers, some amazing people come in, like Erica Shear, who designed a new system to hold all the art. So now we have more art than we've ever had before, which is really nice. I mean, it's fantastic, and because we're among the mindset that a great art, like a place like the Guggenheim, has one wall and has one piece of art in the middle of it, and that's all you see. We have artists that are very prolific, and they like to show their art, and there's so many varieties of art that we wanted to show as much as we could. Tastefully, so we built these things. So all the volunteers who help pull us together and get us going and do that. So we have a great, probably the biggest holiday art market we've ever had, and there's every variety of things from pour painting to wood burning to wood carvings to people who've turned bowls. There's a local fireman / paramedic who does. He's a farmer, but he likes to throw pots and clay and do all that stuff, and so he's a fantastic job. He's a great guy. So we have an amazing group of artists. It's probably the biggest one we've ever. This probably is the biggest one we've ever had ever.
Yeah, well, when I asked that question, I thought you were going to say, yeah, we've done this for like the last 5-10 years. I didn't think you were going to say the 60s.
The 60s, yeah. 19 depends on which book you look into. One says 1961, one says 1963. So we weren't incorporated till the late 60s as the Beaver Dam Arts Association. It was some Beaver Dam Arts Community Arts or something like that. I've got it all written down somewhere that Jerry Camps and Annette Camps from the theater, they were the first. Jerry Camps was the first president of the Beaver Dam Arts Foundation or whatever it was called, and then it moved on to I should know these and I just can't think it off the top of my head. But they did that, and then we moved to the Seipel Center, and then we had regular shows because we had a regular building, and then when we moved out, we had one show at the Rasky building 6 years ago, which is the one next to UGA, and then we moved out of there, and then we came to where we are today, and it's been every year it grows and grows and grows, and we find more new artists, more talented artists, and young artists, but as well as old established artists who say, oh, well, I can do that, or I'm an artist, and we don't have any rules on who can show art. So we've had this year. In fact, we've got a whole bunch of new artists who've never been shown before, and of all age groups. I mean, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And when it came to, you said this is the biggest holiday market that you've definitely seen. Is
In 18 years.
Yeah.
I've been with the group for 18 years. So
Would you say that is because of all the different new artists, or is that because people know that they can bring in any type of art compared to, or has it always been any type of art at the holiday art market?
it's always been any type of art. Back in the early 60s and 70s, it was pretty much just framed art or things like that. I know that the story I always tell is Carla Jensen, the former executive director, had asked me to come on the board of directors for 1 year because she was tired. She wanted to expand. She wanted to put music and computer art, and which was burgeoning back then. I mean, it's been 18 years ago. It was all that. She was working towards making that a something to do poetry. She wanted to add all these things, and there was a lot of resistance to it because it's art, but it's not wall hanging art. And so she asked me to come on and because I'm not an artist, to say we need these things, and financially we need these things, and business wise we need these things to continue the business, and because it is a business. And she said, and so that was for 1 year, and that was 18 years ago. But yeah, so over the years we've changed it. It's become much better. It's become more open. We promote more. We do a lot of things that bring people in. We do a lot with youth because we want to make them aware of art and what we offer. Because we're more open, do more promotions and things like that, and we're in a part of the group that we tried to do the last couple of years, especially since I've been in charge, is try to be community oriented. So every time there's a community event, we try to be part of it in some way. So people say, "Oh yeah, they're part of the community," and that's brought artists that have been have heard about us, or a lot of artists have never even heard of us, and then we've been here 60 years and they haven't heard of us, and so they come by and we talk to them. And Amy's done a great job because she has reached out to all the people who are in the community. Because being an artist herself, she was able to get that rapport, and then the news spreads, the word spreads, that people say, "Oh, I love showing at the art center because it's fun. It's kind of cool, and you can make a little money at it." And then suddenly we have more people lined up to do it. So it's been a fantastic ride.
Definitely. And Isabel and I were talking about how easy it is to get involved and how easy it is to, you could just walk up and sign up and get involved.
Yep, we don't have any rules on art. There's some rules, but they're very loose. As we always joke, the only rule is don't burn the building down. That's the only rule is. So we have the artists come in, and in fact, I told one yesterday. He said, "Can I?" He says, "I'm going to let you know I'm going to the art center to do some stuff." And I'm like, "You have to tell me that. I don't. It's your art center, not mine. Go in and do your thing." And so he went in and took pictures and whatever he was doing and stuff like that. So it's very simple. You just come, tell us you want to do art. We figure out if we can do it. The way we usually do it is the holiday art market lasts through the first of the year, and then on to the next. Then we have regular shows after that. We don't have a January show right now, but February we're doing Erica Shear, who's a wood carver, and she's one of our huge volunteer section board member. And then we're going to try to work out the whole schedule for the rest of the year. Probably in January we'll figure out the entire schedule so we can tell everybody this is what we're doing, and obviously all of our stuff that we're doing to be involved in the community, the wine tour, the holiday stuff that's going on. We always try to be part of all that so people see us.
Craig Caston and Isabel Lane are here with the Dodge County Center for the Arts with the Holiday Art Market going on now, located at 113 West Maple Avenue.
130.
Oh, 130. I'm reading 130 and I'm saying 113. 130 West Maple Avenue.
The Old Bank Mutual.
Right. Yep. And that's going on now through December 31st. So especially with this long weekend coming up, it's a great time to stop in over there. Oh, are you guys going to be open during the holiday weekend?
Yep, we'll be only be closed Christmas Day and Christmas and tomorrow for Thanksgiving.
Okay,
yep.
Awesome. So just Christmas Day and Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah.
Awesome. So again, that's going on now through December 31st. So make sure to stop in. If you were watching, there's some really awesome art that they have showing, and it's the biggest one yet in at least 18 years. That's for sure. So there's plenty more that we can talk about with the Dodge County Center for the Arts. So we're going to do that on the other side. But first, we need to visit with the Daily Dodge News Center and ABC News and Wade Bates. We're going to talk with sports next on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. back in the Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV. Charlie Dern in with you here this morning. Hometown Today is presented by Professional Floor, covering your floor and so much more. They have their holiday hosting sale going on now. Impressive selection of in-stock carpet and LVP flooring. Both are on sale. Upgrade your countertops and receive a free kitchen sink. 3 stainless steel styles of sink to choose from. Stop in the showroom and see the quality selections of flooring, countertops, showers, blinds, and more. Don't delay. Stop in at Professional Floor Covering or give Randy a call to schedule your measurement to upgrade your home before the holidays. Professional Floor Covering is located at 713 Park Avenue in Beaver Dam and online at proflr.com. I'm here with Craig Casson and Isabel Lehner over at the Dodge County Center for the Arts. We were talking about the holiday art market that's going on, and in the break there in the last segment we were talking about how you can submit any kind of art to this art market, and beforehand we had been talking with Isabel about her acrylic paintings, but you actually have some other art that's in the market as well.
Yeah, I have some watercolors and ink sketches and drawings, and then I also have one digital art. That was my first time trying digital art, and I think that one turned out really cool. I like that one a lot.
And what is it?
It's a portrait of just a random dude.
Just a random dude.
Yeah.
Just a portrait of a random dude.
Yeah.
How did you put this
So it's a
together?
picture of
What
you,
does it
Charlie.
look like? Yeah.
So it's person with black hair, green, hazel eyes. Just like a 3/4 of a face.
And did you make this on like Photoshop?
On my phone.
On your phone?
Yeah.
So like on an app then?
Yes, I believe it's IBS Paints or something like that.
Okay, so it kind of looks like a painting then.
Yes.
Okay, all right, got it. And I forget the show that it was, Craig. There was a show that it was like very realistic paintings that you guys were showing. It was like a photographer almost who. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
We've got a few. Steve Strassman's Art Without the Brush.
Yeah,
yes.
yep,
His father, Robert Strassman, was originally from Horicon, was a photographer, and he was really a prolific, very well known and very respected photographer. And Steve moved to Colorado and honed his craft. And when he moved back here, he decided he wanted to be it. And his where Amy is more abstract, his is realism. It looks like an actual photograph.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep.
And that was like September, I want to say.
Something like that last year. Yeah, September. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. He did a great job. He actually taught a class in it as well, and we've had a couple of people take the class that did other forms of art using other mediums, and they did it, and then they realized that that's something they didn't know, and Steve is really good at explaining it, and he's very detailed, very meticulous, and the works come out, they're fantastic, and he does a great job. Yeah, there's all of our artists there. We always invite all of our artists that if they have a craft that they like to do, they should come in and teach a class, and either paid class or just a workshop. And in fact, our Wednesday, which is today, we have our Watercolor Wednesday, which is started by Lisa Amport and Mary Novak. They decided to get together and they just hang out and they do art. They just do talk about art and do different things. And it started as a watercolor only thing, and it's a more if there's people doing pencil drawings. In fact, they get around and there's no cost, there's no judgment, there's no skill level, membership isn't even required. You just have to want to come and learn about art. And you can bring your own art in, and then they give you tips and techniques. And we laughed one time because I've been in there once where they were spending the entire time that they were there talking about eyes, and they were drawing eyes, and I'm like, well, it seems kind of weird, and not as an artist, it doesn't make it's kind of weird. But as you watch them develop their eyes, it was like, wow, there really is a technique, there is a philosophy to it, there is wow, they really know what they're doing. And even one time I walked in and somebody was playing a cello, because Lisa is also a cello musician, and she told somebody give them some pointers, so they came in, and his wife was working away on watercolors, and he was over there playing the cello. And it was weird. It was really cool though. It was awesome. We have these things that people really enjoy, and to get together. So Watercolor Wednesday, if you have time, even if you just stop down and see what it's like, and if it's not for you, that's okay. If it is, stop down. The ladies love to talk to you, and there are men there too. The ladies and the men that are there love to talk about art. They love to do that. And you can also then talk to Irv Monroe, our one of our wood burners, who's one of our consummate volunteers. He's there. You can always talk to him about wood burning, and there's all these people that just want to talk about art and want to share. Not some. It's a workshop, so it's not a teaching thing. It's just they want to share ideas. And they spent I was there last week, and they spent 25 minutes talking about different kinds of pencils and where to get the best pencils and which kinds to use and how the different pencils vary and when you're doing pencil coloring. And I'm like, oh, I didn't realize there was a science to this, but apparently there is. And it's great that they were sharing that with each other. That's what we want, is that artist community that we've kind of lost as a whole, as a society. We've kind of, you don't know your neighbors anymore. You don't know that these people come together and they're a group that wants to share ideas. And I think it's phenomenal. My kudos to Lisa and Mary for bringing this together.
Yeah, Isabel and I were talking about that culture of, even being at the art market, you're able to meet the artists, to ask them questions about it and learn about their art, to learn. And so, like, when it comes to you trying digital art, were you using other inspiration to make it, or were you just starting from scratch and figuring out how to make it all come together?
Just like curiosity. I've seen people do digital art before, and I'm like, that looks fun, and like you can take it on the go. Or with my phone, it goes anywhere. So, like, any free time I had, I worked on that, and it was really cool and fun to play around. And I actually went to a Watercolor Wednesday a few weeks ago and was asking about oil paint because I want to try oil paint. And I didn't know about the importance of ventilation with oil paint.
Okay.
So I now have to wait till summer so I can paint in my garage so I don't get poisoned by the oils.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that's news to me. Well, I don't spend a ton of time
that's
around
me.
oil paints, but
I don't know if I've ever oil painted.
no, I didn't realize that part of it. Well, that's all very interesting. Craig, we have a long list of things that we wanted to cover here. So we got Watercolor Wednesday, Holiday Art Market.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Let's lightning round.
Rapid fire, yeah.
This is well, Watercolor Wednesday we've talked about, and like I said, it's today. It's every Wednesday. Come on down, take a look at it. We have our plein air festival, which is happening right now. I think December 21st, maybe. I sent you a flyer. I can't remember the date off the top of my head, but look online at DodgeCountyArts.org. It's on there, and that's another group of people who are getting together to do. Mary Novak and a couple other ladies decided that they were going to put together something we used to do years ago that kind of fell by the wayside, especially with COVID and all those things. They're trying to bring all this stuff back, and that is to go out somewhere and paint. And they've done things like, gone to, now they're going to do it at the marsh, I believe. So you can either go outside if the weather is, halfway decent, or you can do it indoors and look out over the thing. And they do all the arranging. It's all that. There's no cost. You just come down, bring your art supplies. If you just want to stop and see what they're doing, stop and see what they're doing. But look online and you can see all the details. There's also Facebook posts, and I try to keep all the social media up to date. So you can do that. And by the way, if Sadie's listening, I apologize if I gave you the wrong time. I'm sorry. She's supposed to be here too. She's actually our youngest artist that we have, and she's did some great things.
And Craig, it is December 21st from 10 to 1.
Yep, at the
Horicon Marsh State Wildlife Visitor Center.
Yep, good. So yeah, come on, take a look at that. We have our Spark program, which is the third Thursday of every month. This was actually last week Thursday, which was the snow day, so I don't think anybody showed up. But I was there, but I had to leave, and there were people there. The proctors were there, and that's for people with dementia and dementia-related illnesses, and their caretakers. It's done through the ADRC, and they always have some small program for them. In fact, we have them submit some of their art for the Beautiful Expression show, which was the show previous to this, which had all the art for people with dementia and their caregivers and things like that. So there's a great group. We have a January open that's open right now. So if you're interested, let us know. Making a show. We're going to try to keep. I think what we're going to try to do is keep the parts of the holiday art market still going, because again, for those who don't know, our building is divided into basically two sections. We have we have the gallery itself, and then the back two rooms that are currently the part of the gallery will be repurposed for a show for some specific artist. So in February we're going to have Erica Shear, who's a woodworker from Waupun, and she's got a lot of really good wood carvings and things. She's got some there now, but she has way more. She has, and some of it's really small and beautiful, and some of it's gigantic and still awesome. There's a great Adam and Eve piece that's great. So you can do that. Excuse me. I can cough today. So we want to talk about our website. We have our website, DodgeCountyArts.org. We have you can reach us by phone at 920-341-6278. We have all of our social medias. We're on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. I try to keep Facebook updated as much as possible. If you haven't seen any of the art, or you're not sure you want to come, haven't seen it, we're not open, because it's later or at night. Check out our Facebook page. I have lots of photos of all of our art there. So you can come down and look at it. We still have our book sale. It's a year-round book sale. We want to repurpose the lower level to do more classes and things down there. There's that. So, and again, our hours currently are Wednesday through Friday, noon to 5, Saturday 10 to 3, and Sunday noon to 3. We are trying to be open a little more. If we are, look for Facebook. We'll see if we're open more often, especially during this holiday period. But we do have volunteers covering all of the time. So come on down and check it out. Some of the other things we're looking for is we have we're looking for like an exhibit committee to help hang the exhibits, because it always falls on the gallery manager to do this, and it's not. It's a lot of work. So in fact, Mary Lynn Katzma, who's she's been in here before, actually a couple times, one of our really long-standing artists, and she does a lot of work with that. She's really been helping. She was instrumental in helping us get ready for the holiday art market. She's talking about getting groups together. She's been trying to help form these groups that we used to have, back in the 60s and 70s, and even when I started back in the 2000s or in the 90s. How long ago was that? In the early 2000s, 18 years ago, we had subcommittees. We had a committee for doing hanging art. We had a committee for searching for new artists. We had a committee, as it waned and as the COVID hit and things like that, we've lost all those groups, and so we've been trying to rebuild some of those groups to say it shouldn't always fall on one person. It should fall on a group, and they should be able to call and look for volunteers and things like that. So we're always there. Anytime the artists want to volunteer, we have volunteer opportunities to work at the desk, and it's really simple. It takes 5 minutes to show you how to do it. The worst part is the security system, and it's not that it's hard. It's just people forget because it's not part of your normal daily routine, but it's really simple. There's really nothing to it, but we always can use volunteers for other things like cleaning and picking up sticks. The tree outside in the back sheds every time the wind blows, so I'm forever picking up sticks and hauling them to the city dump. But somebody else could do that for me. I'd be okay with that. Mowing the lawn. They're more passive volunteers. If you don't want to be recognized and be part, just do that. We've always got maintenance projects going on. Our guy Chuck Vogel is there. He was there. He texted me at 1:30 this morning. I was awake, by the way. He was texted me at 1:30 to tell me that he'd finished putting our hot water heater in finally. So we finally have hot water, and everything's set. So so we've got places for that. And then obviously we're always looking for donations. We're always looking for grants. We're always looking for, in fact, I believe, I haven't seen an official notice, but somebody told me that we received a grant from the Beaver Community Foundation, which pays for the new racking system that we put in to hang our art with and stuff like that. And it's really cool because it's flat, it's mobile, it matches the rest of the walls. By having things that can hang, you don't have to pound nails in anymore. We were pounding nails into the walls and things like that, and you have to do that anymore. So it's all really nice and professional, and so we try to make it as much as we can. And so those are all the cool things we're doing. We can, we're always there. There's plenty to do at the Art Center. There's always fun times. Even if you stop in, if you have an idea, come down and talk to us. If you want to volunteer, talk to us. We have just we're not discriminatory. And the other thing we have, I get quite a few inquiries every now and then, or I get inquiries every now and then from people who say, well, I don't live in Dodge County. Well, it's okay. I mean, the reason why we changed the name of the building was the people who gave us the building was they wanted it to be more inclusive. Instead of Beaver Dam Area Arts, it was Dodge County Arts. But to me, I'd call it like the Art Center because that's what everybody calls it anyway. And because we don't discriminate. We've had people from Sheboygan. Nancy Swenson is from Theresa, and the core bars are from Allenton. They drive in once a month from Allenton and volunteer, and they have art there. And and she was one of the big helpers during this thing. Her and Erica Shear. So we had we have a lot of artists. The former gallery manager, Kayla, had actually gone on Facebook and searched out a group that does wildlife photography. And we had a wildlife photography show, and hardly anyone was from the Dodge County area because we're about art. We're not about, Dodge County. We're about art as a whole. We want the community. Anything that we do at the Art Center helps Dodge County, whether the people are from Dodge County or not. It helps because it brings awareness. It brings things that we were talking off air. I don't run out of time. We were talking off air about how I went to dinner with my two grandchildren, Grayson and Maisel, last night, and we went to while we were at dinner, instead of sitting around and just looking at our phones and doing that, we whipped out some notepads and we started drawing and doodling and talking about our art and what it was. And my 10-year-old granddaughter has discovered you could make squares look 3D. so she was making 3D squares, and she was trying to make a circle 3D, and she couldn't figure it out. So we were having a blast. That's the kind of thing that I and the rest of us at the Art Center would like to see. Bring the youth, bring the people who have that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the established artists. They're all fantastic. In fact, sometimes they look like I've never seen any of these people or this art, and it's just amazing. It just blows your mind at how varied, how varieties and things like that there are.
Oh, and don't worry, my little brother was calling me. I think our cousins got home, and they're picking out rooms right now, and so I think my bed was up for grabs. So I might have just missed out on my chance there, but we'll see. I'll find out at break here, so don't worry about that. Well, thanks again, guys, for joining me this morning. Again, Craig Kasten and Isabel Lehner here with the Dodge County Center for the Arts. The Holiday Art Market is going on now through December 31st, so make sure to stop in. This weekend's a great time to do it. They won't be open tomorrow for Thanksgiving or Christmas Day, but every other day. December 31st is when it closes. So thanks again, guys.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, and so we'll take a quick break here, and on the other side, I'll be talking with the Columbus Rec Department here on Hometown Today, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
The Dodge County Food Pantry is partnering with the Beaver Dam Area Community.
Welcome to Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV. Charlie Durnan with you this morning. This hour I'll be joined by Kane Broskowski over at the Columbus Rec Department. And then in the second half hour, or the bottom hour, we'll be talking with Jonathan Gansky over at the Beaver Dam High School Agribusiness Open House. That's coming up. Hometown Today is presented by Professional Floor Covering Your Floor and so much more. Visit Randy and the team to give your home the gift it deserves. An upgrade for all of your holiday hosting. Impressive selection of in-stock carpet and LVP flooring. Both are on sale. Upgrade your countertops and receive a free kitchen sink. 3 stainless steel styles of sink to choose from. Stop in the showroom and see the quality selections of flooring, countertops, showers, blinds, and more. Don't delay. Stop in at Professional Floor Covering or give Randy a call to schedule your measurement to upgrade your home before the holidays. Professional Floor Covering is located at 713 Park Avenue in Beaver Dam or online at proflr.com. Hometown Today is also presented by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam. This Saturday is Small Business Saturday. Go to McKinstry's Home Furnishings and you will see they have lots of fun things planned for you. Enjoy a bag of popcorn while you browse their 6 floors of quality furniture and accessories which are on sale just in time for Christmas. Then pick a Small Business Saturday coupon from their treasure chest and see how much more you can save, up to 50% savings. This Saturday, November 30th, discover McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam and join in the fun of Small Business Saturday. McKinstry's Home Furnishings celebrating 166 years in downtown Beaver Dam. And then also at St. Vincent's in Beaver Dam, all sales on Friday. So Black Friday, all of their sales are going to the food pantry expansion. So if you have time on Friday to stop in at St. Vinny's and purchase something from their store, all of their sales on Friday are going to their food pantry expansion that's going on. So make sure to do that. We'll be back here on Hometown Today, and I'll be talking with Kane Broskowski from the Columbus Rec Department. So really excited to talk to him about all that they have going on coming up in the next month or so. So we're going to do that here on Hometown Today, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. right, and welcome into Hometown today on 95.3 WBEV. Charlie Dern in with you this morning alongside Kane Broskowski from the Columbus Recreation Department. Welcome in.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so I'm excited to learn about what's going on because, well, we were just kind of talking about in break. I used to be in Sun Prairie. Now I'm living in Beaver Dam, so Columbus is kind of in the middle of the two, so I'd always be driving past. And so I drive through it every now and then, especially when I needed to get some gas. That would be my move. So there's a lot that's going on there. And so I've been able to talk with like the Columbus Historical Society before and members from the city. And so, of course, it's a busy place. There's a ton going on there. So we can start really anywhere. I know with Thanksgiving coming up and the holidays, it was probably a good place to start. So on November 29th, you guys have a tree lighting that's going on at 7 p.m. at the library green space.
Yep, so that'll be at the library green space. Fun little thing for the family to do. I know it's supposed to be kind of cold,
sure.
So hopefully everybody dresses warm. But, there's going to be cookies there, hot chocolate, candy canes for the kids and families. And there might be an appearance by Mr. and Mrs. Claus.
Oh.
So if you're not doing anything Friday night, we're going to have people kind of arriving at about 6:30, and the official tree lighting will be at 7. So hopefully we see some people there, even with the cold weather.
Awesome. Yeah, and is that something you guys do every year?
Yeah, that's every year. DPW, Department of Public Works, and Water and Light, they were setting it up and did a great job with the tree so far. So hopefully we get a lot of people out there to see it lit now.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm thinking it's a pretty big tree.
It's a pretty big tree. It's got to be at least 15 foot. They were up in the bucket truck putting up decorations,
Okay.
so it's quite large. But yeah, hopefully people will come out even with the cold weather.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and especially if the Badgers win, you might have some people out and about after they become bowl eligible.
Yeah, big
how ridiculous.
For Paul Bunyan's axe, right?
Yeah, yep. And my little brother goes to Minnesota, so I'll have an interesting day on Friday morning watching that with him. I think I'm going to be pretty crabby that day. So again, that's going on 7 p.m. Friday at the library green space. I'm assuming that's pretty easy to get to.
Yeah, totally easy to get to. A lot of parking around there. Like you said, it's pretty relaxed event for people, and there's free cookies, so hopefully that brings people in.
Free cookies and hot
and
chocolate.
Santa and
Miss
Claus.
Mrs. Claus. Yeah, pretty easy there. Well, and then the day after that, we've got a wine walk going on. Maybe not something for the kids there, but you can bring the kids in the stroller while you're going on a wine walk. So that's on November 30th, so Saturday the 30th. Bling in the Season wine walk from 1 to 6 p.m. at a bunch of different stops.
Yeah, so that one is a Chamber of Commerce, event.
Sure.
Hopefully we can help them out by giving them a little advertising here. But that's from 1 o'clock to 6 o'clock. There's various locations that they're stopping at around the downtown and a little bit off. Should be at least 10 stops. I know that they still have tickets available. Tickets are $40 for the wine walk portion, and then if somebody wants like an NA ticket, non-alcoholic one, those are $20. So there still are stops, that they maybe can have fun doing for that event.
Mm-hmm.
But there's wine samples, there's appetizers, there's treats at the various locations. So it's gone over well the last number of years, and hopefully that can continue. Looks like the weather will be a little better on Saturday than Friday, but should be a fun one for people. And like you said, there's still tickets available if people want to do something last minute.
Yeah, definitely. And Saturday is the Shop Small day, so good day to be out and about shopping in downtown Columbus. So from 1 to 6 p.m. they'll have that, and there's still tickets available for the Bling in the Season wine walk. Keep the your inside warm. And have some wine walking around. There's over 10 stops?
Yep, there's over 10 stops. Some of them are right downtown in the Four Corners, and then some of them are a little further off. So plenty of, options to walk, or maybe even, have a fun little day with the family, friends.
Yeah, getting around town. And then on December 8th, the holiday train. At 9:05 p.m. at Columbus Amtrak location. So I actually did, recently, and this is unrelated, sorry that I'm bringing it.
Oh, you're good.
I saw that the Borealis recently just passed 100,000 passengers fairly recently. So that's pretty great that there's been that many that have been going through. and not necessarily all through Columbus, but that whole route. That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, that's another stop in Columbus with the Borealis. That one's not super old. I think it's maybe like 6 months ish. But there's been a lot of traffic on that one, which is awesome because obviously now we have 2 trains passing through Columbus, and then we have Highway 89, 73, 151, and then 1660 all coming through Columbus. So there's definitely a lot of people passing through the area, and hopefully, with some of these events, maybe they can stop and do something in the community they haven't done before.
Yeah. So what's the holiday train all about?
So the holiday train, that's obviously December 8th on a Sunday. We know that can be a little tough, but that's the stop that we were given. That's at 9:05, and the train stops for 30 minutes, and they do performances out of the train. So it's all lit up. The train opens up on both sides, and there's a band type of concert going on, and then they go on to the next stop. But yeah, it's a 30-minute stop. If people want to come out a little bit early, there's going to be a building open in town, probably like 2 or 3 blocks off of the stop at 6:30, and that'll be put on at the community center in Columbus. And the library will be doing some events and games there. And once again, maybe there's a Santa appearance on that one. So if you're looking for something to do a little earlier, even if you just want to stop down, it's kind of a little warming shelter at 6:30, and then if you want to walk over for the train at 9:05, you got 30 minutes of a performance there. There'll be food, hot chocolate, candy canes, and then we'll have warming barrels out there, so it's not super cold for people. But that one's gone over really well. Obviously, the Sunday night might be a little tough, but it's definitely a fun experience, and you'll see a lot of cool performances and lights.
So is that something that Amtrak does every year?
It's the holiday train, and it's every year, yeah. So they have multiple stops. I'm not entirely sure where some of the ones are before us, but they have that whole route, and they make their 30-minute performance and then move on to the next place. So
that'd be a fun gig to have as a band to
just ride on a train and open up for 30 minutes.
Yeah, play for 30 minutes every hour or whatever the stop is. That's not bad at all. And then on December 14th, there's the Art, Craft, and Vendor Fair going on at Fireman's Park from 10 to 3.
Yeah, so that's kind of our bigger day we tried to put together with the city. We got a few different things going on. The first one is obviously the Art, Craft, and Vendor Fair. And 10 o'clock to 3 p.m., we have 50 vendors, adult vendors right now. A really cool diversity of artists, photographers. We have like a miniature person that does the all house things. Don't want to forget a bunch of people, but we have quite a bit of different forms of art and craft going on there. We tried to hold off some people. That way we didn't have too many of the same thing. But it'll be fun to have a pretty wide variety there of the 50. And then we also have some kid vendors. They're selling some stuff. Right now we have 5 of them. We're excited to see what they come up with for some art and craft things, which will be cool. But really nice to have that as like the focal point to hopefully bring some people in with the 50 spots.
Definitely. And is that a cash-only thing, or is that up to each artist?
Yeah, it's definitely up to each one. It seems like, it'll be, from what I've seen with a lot of the craft shows that we've had and even the ones I've attended, it's kind of a half and half thing where some only accept cash. Nowadays, a lot of people are doing Venmo on there, which helps out a little bit. And then some people might have like Apple Pay and stuff like that going on. But I'd say it's half and half. So it just depends on what the vendors want. We didn't have a requirement for that.
Sure.
Obviously, there's plenty of ATMs in a community at gas stations and stuff if they need to get some, but that'll be a fun one. The other thing I forgot to mention with the vendors, we also have a couple food vendors coming that day. So one of them, he came out to one of our community bonfires. He does a really great job. It's the Food Dude food truck.
I've seen that out there. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, you're good. He does really great barbecue and stuff like that. Brisket sandwiches, pulled pork. He does a great job with that. So he's going to come out to that one. And then we also have Ben's Pretzels that was going to come out. And obviously that's kind of a nice grab and go food if people are shopping and wanting a quick snack. And then we might have an Envy donut little food truck too, if the weather's right, you know, for him to come out and sell some donuts. So we'll have obviously art and craft vendors going on upstairs and downstairs in the pavilion, and then we'll also have some food options for people there. I know I'll probably get a few things.
Yeah, then those are art too. Well, let's not. Yeah, the Ben's pretzels are art and all that. Yeah, so that all sounds wonderful. So that's going to be a busy day, because then after that. That's not just all that's going on. There's from 10 to 3 at Fireman's Park in the pavilion is the Art, Craft, and Vendor Fair. But then from 3 to 6 p.m. is the Holiday Hop.
Yeah, so that's another thing going on. That's another Chamber of Commerce idea. And, you know, that'll be kind of nice. They're focused on getting people to shop downtown, pop into some of the local businesses down there from 3 to 6. And with that, you know, a lot of the businesses, they might be doing treats, crafts, activities, and some of them, I guess, are going to do some prize drawings too. Just different things to get people to pop into the local shops downtown, because we're getting some new places that are just popping up downtown, and it'd be nice to get them a little bit of support and have people try them. So that should be a good one. That one's a completely free event for those that want to, you know, stop in and check out some of the places. You know, maybe you find a new place that you really want to eat at all the time, or, you know, a new little shop that you want to pick up some stuff at. But it should be a good time there, and it's kind of adds to the whole day of, you know, if you come to Columbus, make a day of it, because we have art, craft, and vendor show going on, and then we have the Holiday Hop from 3 to 6.
And then after that is the parade, which we can talk about after we go to break here real quick. Here on 95.3 WBEV. Again, I'm joined by Kane Brauskowski from the Columbus Recreation Department. Kane, stick around. We got a couple more things to talk about here before we go. So here on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Welcome back into Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV. Charlie Dern with you here this morning alongside Kane Broskowski from the Columbus Recreation Department. And Kane, we've got a couple more things to talk about this morning. We're talking about how on December 14th from 10 to 3 p.m. is the Art Craft and Vendor Fair. That's at Fireman's Park Pavilion. Then from 3 to 6 p.m. At various locations is the Holiday Hop, so shopping local downtown Columbus. And then at 6 p.m. is the Holiday Parade. And I've heard about this parade before. I've heard it's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, we're trying to get it, like a lot of things, that COVID period kind of knocked some things down a little bit, and trying to rebuild a little bit. This year it'll be at 6 p.m. We're hoping that running it right down the main drag adds a lot of focus, to it, and kind of highlights a little bit more as the holiday hop's kind of wrapping up, and then people are going to be downtown to see what's going on. Right now we have over 20 floats in it, so that'll be fun to see. For that one, a lot of them really light up their vehicles with a lot of lights. And, if people are still interested in maybe wanting a float in it, we're still taking people. They can contact the rec department, and we can get them in there, because we'd like to keep it getting a little bigger and growing. If people are going to be in town having a nice parade where their kids can get some candy and maybe see a couple cool things, that'd be nice to see. And once again, Santa will be on there.
Santa loves Columbus, all right?
Yes.
He's going to be there multiple times coming up. And so you guys are the ones that plan the holiday parade?
Yeah, we're getting it going again. And like I said, it's going to go right down the main drag. It's not a super long parade route just because of, potential weather. But we want to get everybody kind of packing the downtown as it goes through Columbus.
Yeah. Growing up, our holiday parade, I forget the real estate group, but they do like a hot air balloon. And when it goes by, they do the heat. And that would always be the best part, because it would be finally some warmth, because you're just standing out in the cold. But, ultimately, the parades are always great. So it's always fun to go and check them out. So that's going on December 14th. That's a big day in Columbus. So 10 to 3 p.m. Art, Craft, and Vendor Fair at Fireman's Park Pavilion. 3 to 6 is the Holiday Hop. And starting at 6 p.m. is the Holiday Parade. And then going on through December is the Sparkle in the Park lights at Fireman's Park.
Yeah, so we've been working on that the last few days here. Our goal is to get the lights going with tree lighting at the library. So start everything kind of getting lit up on that Friday night. Not really necessarily an end date. We're going to see what the weather brings, but it'll at least go through December and the holiday season, and then we'll kind of make a judgment call on that. But with the Sparkle in the Park, it's kind of nice because there's various service groups, families participating, businesses participating, where they're decorating a tree that they're putting in our park green space. If anybody's familiar with Fireman's Park Pavilion, where we have the carnival for the 4th of July, there's a giant green space, and we can stagger in quite a few different trees there. We got real ones out there, animated ones, artificial, and those groups, they just get to decorate a tree. We'll stake it down for them. We got power source out there for them to hook up to, and then they just get to have them on all night. And unlike last year, we've added some other displays. Our Columbus Utilities group, they purchased a little light display and have that out there. They put that up the other day. It's animated and kind of fun to look at. And then we bought a bunch of trees through donations from a bunch of Columbus supporters, and we're going to put up a bunch of animated trees out there too. So it'll be kind of a cool little light display. It's not obviously the end goal here. We're hoping it keeps growing.
Sure.
And getting a little bit bigger.
Awesome. Well, you guys certainly keep yourselves busy over at the Columbus Rec Department.
Well, hopefully.
Well, thanks so much for joining me this morning. Again, coming up on Friday is the tree lighting at 7 p.m. At Library Green Space, so make sure to stop in over there. And on Saturday in Columbus is the Bling in the Season Wine Walk from 1 to 6 p.m. at various locations. Kane, thanks again for joining me this morning.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah, it's been great learning about all that's going on there, because you guys are busy, and that light display sounds really cool, and so hoping to see that grow as it keeps going on.
There we go.
All right, well we'll go Pack Go on tomorrow then.
Yep. Hopefully we get a big win.
Yeah.
Dolphins in the cold. I like our chances.
Yeah, I don't think they want to be in Lambeau tomorrow. You said 28 degrees?
28 for a high. Hopefully we don't screw it up. I'm a little
Yes.
worried about Jordan Love with INTs, but I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's always a problem. Well, thanks again for joining me this morning. Coming up in the bottom of the hour, we'll be talking with Jonathan Gansky over at the Beaver Dam High School's Agribusiness Open House. So looking forward to talking with Jonathan in just a few minutes here on Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Town today on 95.3 WBEV. Charlie Dern with you here this morning alongside members of Beaver Dam, FFA, agriculture instructor Jonathan Gansky, and former Corey Oil FFA Student of the Week and Junior Advisor Aiden Voigt. Aiden works with us here at the station alongside, so I'm just kind of messing with Aiden there. But welcome in, guys. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us this morning.
Yeah,
Thank you.
So we're talking about your department open house for the AgriScience that's going on Monday from 4 to 7 p.m. So tell me all about AgriScience, because we didn't have that in my high school.
Great. Well, Beaver Dam High School has had agricultural education classes going back to 1927. We're actually in 98th year of teaching. It was started way back when by Lloyd Larson. And over the years, it's changed. Agriculture has changed a lot. It used to be you'd have in the classroom instruction, and then kids would go back to the farm and learn and do hands-on on the farm. As things have changed, we've kind of brought the farm to the students. So now we have a greenhouse, an animal lab, an aquaponics room, and a small animal lab. And that was all the last major renovation to the high school. And I'm not for sure the community still knows what goes on in the high school as far as agriculture education and what the students are learning. So we thought Aiden and some of his fellow officers this summer thought, wouldn't it be great if we did an open house?
Definitely. So I didn't realize that was all part of that recent expansion as well, because I knew about the field house getting done, and then I know there was a wing of the building that was done. So part of that was the AgriScience department.
Correct. We had a greenhouse, and then they also added the animal lab and aquaponics room onto our agricultural classroom.
I see. And so then how many different classes are taught?
Well, Ms. Chico and myself are the two agriculture instructors at Beaver Dam High School, and we currently have this semester 6 agricultural classes that are running. Some of them are multiple. My large animal veterinary health class with a science equivalency, there's 3 sections of that, and then there's also natural resource management. Aiden's in the principles of biotechnology
and natural resources.
And he's also in natural resource management.
Okay.
And we have a greenhouse management class, or plant science, and then we have a freshman introduction agriculture class and a small animal class. So that rounds out the 6 classes that we offer.
That's wonderful. So then freshmen start off with the broad scope, and then as you move forward, you're able to more or less pick the ones that more you are
correct.
interested in.
That's correct. We have different pathways we offer. So as a freshman or sophomore, they take the introduction class, and then after that, they kind of decide which area of agricultural they really like, and they can pick that pathway of natural resources, plants, or animals. And then we offer multiple classes in that. They can do youth apprenticeship, where they go out to work on farms or businesses, and they can also start taking college classes as well through dual credit.
Oh, so there's also the AP style, or maybe that's not AP, but it's college credit.
College credit, correct.
Wow,
Yes.
that's really fantastic. Because any chance you get as a student, you should be doing those. And I didn't fully realize that, of course, until I got to school and then had to take like econ it was atmosphere and oceanic sciences. Yuck.
That
wasn't for me. I mean,
that
that
sounds
might
like
be
a
for
fun
someone.
class, though, and maybe as a teacher, I would appreciate that more.
Yeah, as a teacher you would, but it was like that was freshman year. It was the hardest class I took for all of college, and it was an intro level course. So I didn't do well. That's all right. Well, that's a different type of science here, because on Monday, December 2nd, from 4 to 7 p.m., the Beaver Dam High School Agri-Science Department is hosting an open house. So you can visit the greenhouse, the animal lab, and the aquaponics lab. There's going to be different things set up. You're going to be able to see the different activities that the FFA students partake in. Aiden, do you want to talk about some of those events that you guys do?
Yeah, so what we do is we also have we have SAEs set up, which basically they're like supervised agriculture experiences. So basically, they're like, say you're like having a activity in agriculture, you can write about it and submit it to state for like a reward.
Okay, so that's more like you'll see like agricultural articles, journalism, research done that they'll print
Yes.
out, and that's a different version of it.
Yeah, so every student at high school, as Aiden was explaining, has a supervised agricultural experience. We call it SAE. I also call them semester projects. And they have to do something outside of class time. It can be agriculture related, but it doesn't have to be something that they're interested in, they want to learn more about. For example, Aiden's semester project SAE is he's got a couple. He's a very talented young man. But one of them is right here working at the radio station. He keeps track of his hours, and last year he filled out for Ag Communications and got was it a bronze?
I think so, yeah.
It was a bronze at the state level for his working here at the through Ag Communications at the radio station.
Huh. Wow. And so then what are some of the other projects or hobbies that people have done? Putting you on the spot.
Yeah, we've got last year won the state. One state was a former student of mine, and she worked for me at my dog kennel. She did small animal care, and then we've had people that work at the golf course. We have people that do construction and pour concrete and do landscaping. We have people that work on farms that do milking dairy cows or running equipment or harvesting. And all sorts. We have somebody that's doing a natural resource wild environment one. She's volunteering at various things and helping with environmental stuff. So there's literally many. I think the state recognized over 50 different CD categories, but a lot of the jobs, can be in multiple areas. For example, Aiden has the opportunity these last couple of years. He worked in Sun Prairie, I believe.
Rank Seed.
At Rank Seed. So he was helping build and grow and design seed. So.
Wow, and so is it any class that you take in the agri-science department that you have an SAE then?
Correct.
Okay.
So whether you're a freshman or senior, you come into class, you learn the topic we're talking about in that class, but then you get to pick a project. And it can be one that you currently have, or you can develop one. Last year, we had a student that did a research project, and they conducted research, and they were a national finalist in their research project. They got third of the nation for the research they did, and that was their semester project.
Wow, I love that idea. What was the thinking behind getting that started?
Well, I can't take credit for that. SAEs go back to the starting of FFA in agriculture back in the 1930s.
Oh, wow.
So it's been around a long time. It's evolved, changed over the years. It used to be, you'd work on a farm. Now it's more inclusive, I guess you'd say.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I didn't have it in high school or growing up. It wasn't really around me. And just this last year alone, all the learning I've done, I was doing some herdsmanship judging over at the Dodge County Fair. I've learned a lot about FFA, 4-H, and all the different agriculture work that goes on here. And there's so many different opportunities for kids, and I really love the ideas in 4-H and FFA of all the different hobbies and different projects that you can do. I know that Aiden's done a number of them. But Aiden, what other activities do you guys participate in?
We also do a bunch of community service around town. We help with the Lake Association, community of the Chamber of Commerce, and many other places too. We also just do a lot of community service. We have events like the pork chop dinner for us. We have the upcoming Pasta with a Purpose.
Oh, right.
So there's that. We also have something special from Wisconsin pancake breakfast that we do.
Oh, you guys help out with that?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the Agribusiness thing, but we help out for that and everything. So.
Wonderful. And it's great work that you guys do that and that you're so involved with the community. And I love that the high school also, through the SAE, is having you guys go out and do projects out in the community. It's wonderful that you guys do that.
And not just Beaver Dam, but Dodge County does an excellent job. We have a strong agriculture roots here in Dodge County. And the fact that you guys are doing the Corey Oil FFA Member Week is great to highlight all those seniors that have for 4, 5, 6 years been doing outstanding stuff in their communities. And that's kind of why we want to have the open house on a Monday night. We've got a lot of outstanding young individuals in the agricultural program, and we just want to kind of show off some of our students and show off the program and see what's going on. So we invite everybody to come out to take a look.
Yeah, and so again, that's on Monday, December 2nd from 4 to 7 p.m. You can take a tour of the classroom, the animal lab, aquaponics room, and greenhouse, talk with students about their projects and activities they participate in, celebrating 98 years of agriculture education in Beaver Dam. I feel like we buried the lead a little bit. That's awesome. 98 years is incredible.
Hard to believe it's coming up on 100 years in just a couple of years. So.
Yeah, wow. Well, is there anything else that we wanted to touch on this morning, guys?
Just that besides the fact that we're going to have the ag room open and people can take a look and see some of the projects that students are working on, some of the things they learn about, we did finish last spring with the renovation we had a few years ago at the high school. Our FFA Wall of Fame got taken down because construction,
Okay.
and then so we redid it and remodeled and updated some things. So this last spring we just finished that. Well, it's never finished. We keep adding stuff
Sure.
to it, but finished it with all the stuff that was used to be on it. And so when people come out to the open house on Monday, they'll also get to see the finished Wall of Fame for the FFA going back 98 years of success for students.
Awesome. Well, when people arrive on Monday, should they just go to the main doors?
Go to the main doors. On Monday, it's also parent-teacher conferences. So
Okay.
there should be some people up front just for those that have children going for parent, giving them their schedules and where to go. And we'll try to have a student or they'll direct you the easiest way to get to the agriculture room.
Awesome. Well, easy enough. Then that sounds like a great night. So good luck with everything, guys, and thanks again for coming in.
And thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Thank you.
of course. That'll do it today for Hometown Today. Everyone have a great Thanksgiving. Well, I forgot to wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving. You guys have a great Thanksgiving.
You as well.
Thank you
too,
very
Corey.
much.
Oh,
Oh,
Charlie.
Aiden, mean.
Charlie.
Just called me Corey Sparks, everyone. All right, well, that'll do it for us here on Hometown Today. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Everyone have a great Thanksgiving.